Hello everyone! Today we're diving into a really crucial case study from Hungary. Now, what's happening there has huge implications for democracies all around the world, and understanding it is absolutely key to getting a grip on some of the biggest challenges in international relations right now. So, this brings us to the big question we're tackling today. Is this global wave of what's called illiberal democracy just an unstoppable force? Well, recent events in Hungary suggest that the answer might actually be no. And for your General Studies Paper 2, this topic is vital, so let's break it down properly. All right, let's get straight into it. Our focus is on Hungary, specifically under its long-serving Prime Minister Viktor Orbán. You see, for more than a decade now, Orban has been pushing this idea of an illiberal democracy. It's a direct challenge to the Western liberal norms that we're used to. And his rule became so entrenched, so solid that many people started to think it was just permanent.
Now this line really gets into the specifics. These are the key accusations against the Orban regime, and you should recognize these as classic signs of what we call democratic backsliding. We're talking about a whole range of issues, from deep-rooted cronyism and a very close relationship with Russia, to using divisive social issues and even blaming the EU to shift focus from problems at home.
But, and this is where the story gets really interesting, that's not the end of it. We've reached a turning point, the recent election, which saw the surprising rise of a powerful new opposition.
And the key figure you need to know here is Péter Magyar. His sudden popularity and success proved that even a system that seemed unshakable for years, well, it isn't invincible. It completely shattered that illusion of permanence we just talked about.
This quote from our source really captures the essence of it all. At its very core, the vote in Hungary was an expression of something fundamental, that human urge for change when faced with tyranny. Remember this line. It's a fantastic philosophical point to bring into your exam answers.
Now pay close attention to this because it's a crucial distinction. The election result wasn't really about voters suddenly adopting a Western liberal stance on social issues. Not at all. It was something deeper. It was a fundamental rejection of entrenched, unchecked power. It was about the people saying that a majority shouldn't have absolute control, a really powerful vote against the tyranny of the majority itself.
Okay, so we've looked at what's happening inside Hungary. Now let's zoom out and look at the international dimension. For your GS Paper 2 analysis, this angle is absolutely critical. You have to understand that what's happening in Hungary isn't just happening in a vacuum. It's part of a much, much bigger geopolitical web.
The argument from the source is that this wasn't just a local defeat for one leader. It was actually a significant blow to an entire illiberal international alliance. Now that is a key term. Make a note of it, because you'll want to use it in your answers.
And this table here, it lays out that alliance for you quite clearly. You can see the connections Orban has with other world leaders. There's political and economic backing from Putin's Russia and Xi's China. Then you have ideological endorsements from figures like Donald Trump in the US and Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel. What do they have in common? Often, it's a shared interest in challenging the existing liberal world order. So to see how these global connections have a real-world impact, just take a look at this number, $1.8 billion.
What is that number? Well, that was the estimated cost for a new campus for China's Fudan University right in Hungary. Think about it. As part of the Belt and Road Initiative, this one project cost more than the country's entire higher education budget for a whole year. This is a perfect, concrete example you can use to analyze how these international partnerships can sometimes put an alliance's agenda ahead of a nation's own domestic needs.
So, after all of this, what are the key lessons here? What are the takeaways for democracies around the world, and of course, for us in India?
The central lesson, and it's a very positive one, is a message of hope. It shows that democratic resilience is not just a concept in a textbook. It proves that it is actually possible for people to push back against illiberalism, even when it has the backing of powerful international friends. And the source material leaves us on this very forward-looking note, a hope that what happened in Hungary could perhaps inspire a more united global movement of pro-democracy voices.
Okay, let's get to the part that's most critical for your preparation. We're going to connect everything we've discussed directly to your exams, both your mains papers and, of course, the interview.
Here's the kind of mains question you could easily see on your paper. The Hungarian case study we just went through, it's the perfect recent global example to use when you're discussing the challenges of illiberalism and populist nationalism.
And when you're structuring your answer, these are the keywords you need to weave in. By integrating terms like democratic backsliding, the illiberal international alliance, and democratic resilience, You'll be able to build a very structured, very high-scoring response. So please, make a note of these. And finally, something to think about for your interview. The board might throw a practical, policy-based question at you, something like this. How should a country like India balance its strategic interests with its democratic values when dealing with an illiberal nation? The case of Hungary gives you a rich, complex context to frame a very nuanced and thoughtful answer. Keep this example in your back pocket as you prepare. All the best.